of all, let's talk about the name of the project.
Yes.
Because for us who speak a Roman language, the first thing that popped to our mind was either gold, from Latin aurum,
Yeah.
or anything related with ears and hearing. So we thought that might be a connection. So what's the meaning of AURI?
Well, there are three different meanings, and the wonderful thing about it is you can choose whichever one you want to apply to the music. Firstly, there's a Patrick Rothfuss novel, the King Killer Chronicles.
Yeah.
There's one of the
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a character in that book called AURI.
Oh, okay.
Secondly, there's Johanna. Her second name is AURI.
Really?
AURI's in Finland. There's a mythical, I suppose, a mythical kind of national symbol. The Maid of Finland or something like that is called AURI. And third, and by no means last, because it's probably the source of the other two, is the word aura, which is what AURI comes from. And the word aura is Latin, Middle English, for emanation, or a golden atmosphere that is produced off something. An aura, yeah, it's like an atmosphere that comes off a living thing, or an aura.
Yeah, we have that in Italian, that word is aurora, it's dome.
Aurora, yeah, well, aura, it's the same thing. So that's where the name came from, and Johanna, our glorious celestial singer, she designed our logo as well. Yeah.
I found the logo interesting, actually. I like the design and I found
it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So we both me and Thomas, our minds blew. Excellent. Our minds blew when we saw that.
Okay. And again, the next question is: we read that you had the idea of composing something all together back in 2011, but you didn't have time. And you wrote a demo called Aphrodite's Rising.
Yes.
But was this demo for this project, or you decided to write music after that demo?
Absolutely, it was that. At the time, Aphrodite Rising was originally me and Johanna. We got together with the view to me producing an album for her in Finland, but the record company, it became clear that it wasn't going to work. They wanted short, snappy singles. But we really wanted something expansive and exploratory. So that didn't happen, but I wrote the song Aphrodite Rising for Johanna. Her and Thomas were staying with me in Yorkshire, and she sang it, and it was clear to us then that our original idea of working together was starting to take shape with that song. So, but then we had so many commitments with Nightwish and Johanna with her solo career, that we placed AURI into a little box with 3 keyholes. We locked it, we each kept a key, and then we put the box to the other side of the room, and it's been whispering to us ever since, come and unlock us. So when the time came and the Nightwish tour finished, and I must stress that the year off that we had after the Endless Forms tour was nothing to do with AURI. The AURI idea came after we'd made that decision. We just found ourselves, one day we were talking and we went, what are you doing this year on the year off? It's like, well, nothing much. Well, the box, AURI, let's open that box and let's do it. And so it happened really quickly. We actually, we wrote 10 extra songs in 6 months and recorded them within 6 months.
Really productive.
Yeah, it really was. It was so inspiring. And also, we did things in a very upside-down way. We went topsy-turvy with it, because we had our band and album artwork promotional shots done before we'd even written a note of music. So that was another good incentive for us to get the project. Not the project, that's the wrong word. It's not a project, it's an entity.
It's a band. Let's go with band.
Yeah, it is, it's a band.
So, when you announced the band,
Yeah.
we felt a sort of a Alice in Wonderland vibe, combined with fantasy literature, so again we have Rothfuss. What are the main themes of the album, and maybe can you recommend to the fans any book or movie that can get into the mood of the album?
Well, aside from Thomas and Johanna's love of the Rothfuss books, Not really. The 3 songs on the album have references to the Patrick Rothfuss books, but the rest of the songs have none. The rest of the songs stand alone. Most of those are from personal experiences, so they're not influenced by fantasy or books, but they're also heavily influenced by our motivation and our whole ethos for AURI, which is try to express the inexpressible and try to pass on to the listener how we feel about life and how we feel about music.
And so the first single that came out last week was received with mixed reaction from the fans. So,
yeah.
For instance, some fans that it seemed much more instinctive, or let's say emotional, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
But one thing is sure is that you aroused everybody's curiosity.
That's a good point.
And did you choose this song in particular as a first single because it represents the album as a whole, or is it just a piece of a puzzle?
It's just a piece of the puzzle. That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, all of the pieces on there are really quite different. It's when you hear the next single, it's completely different to Night 13. It was a real battle to try to choose one of those songs. Night 13 just happened to win the lottery and become our first song. So, and incidentally, we just received a new video for it last night, and it's really quite something. That's why I've only had 2 hours sleep, unfortunately, because I was watching that most of the night.
Okay, so you're a talented musician who play different instruments, and with those instruments you can create different atmospheres. And were you able to experiment or try something new in this project? Something that we haven't heard in Nightwishers?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the first time I've used it. As you know, I do use lots and lots of different instruments. I use a thing called an aerophone, which is an electronic wind instrument from Japan, and it's extraordinary. In fact, I won't tell you which song it's on, but when I see you in Italy, I'll tell you which one it was, and you won't believe it. Okay. You won't believe that this instrument has made that sound. So I used that on it. I used all my usual stuff. I used a lot of I played a lot of electric guitar on it, a lot of acoustic guitars, things like that. In fact, the thing I'm most known for, which is playing the uilleann pipes, they only appear on 3 of the 11 songs, and that's the power of the pipes. I think, you know, if you use them just at the right time and sparingly, you know, they're really powerful. So yeah, that's kind of that really on that question. Okay.
So the album is going to be released soon, and you already said that this is not the single album from AURI we will hear.
Yeah.
But what about the tour? You said that it's not set, so are you maybe waiting for a couple of albums to come out?
Exactly.
So you have more.
You read my mind. Yeah, we're going to do another album after the next. Now the Nightwish process has begun, right, and it's unstoppable. Thankfully, that's the way we like it.
We do.
Of course. And we'll do the next. We're going to do another album next year. Now Thomas is writing all of that at the moment, but I'm writing lots more AURI material now. Jet isn't the idea of the next. I was asked to do another solo album, but I've thrown that out, and I'm working on the next AURI album so that when we can get the time, we'll have more material for AURI. So yeah, so Nightwish, we go out, so we're gonna work on AURI again in 2022. Well, because that's when we'll finish with Nightwish.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next Nightwish tour and album.